Yum. Hey, I'm late. I don't have time to think of. You would say, Reier, why didn't you think of something creative to open it with on the way here? And you'd go, well, you wouldn't go. And I would go, I don't know. Uh, I kept getting red lights, and it was, and you'd say, yeah, that's par for the. That's literally you're driving. Of course, that's an option that could always happen. And yes, but it was so strange and cyclical. It was almost like somebody was standing by the lights whenever I got there, and would go, now. And then it would just be 15-minute intervals of red. That's not true, and that's not the full reason I'm late. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hole in the Pen Cap. I'm Reier cameraman. It's 4:46. We've got 29 minutes of fun. Hey, that's enough time. There's a humming in here, and it's not a bird. And it's, what else hums? Maybe someone trying to annoy other people in a class, or I don't know. I liked to hum, but I had a beatboxing phase in about 11th grade. It wasn't good, and it made no sense. I think some people beatbox and you're like, well, you're going to be something great. But for me, it was more of a metronome of kind of a mental illness or something like that. But it's all right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Reier cameraman, comedian, driver of car. Yes, hopefully I know we talked about this the last episode, but my car got hit by another car in a parking lot, and it really messed up my back pretty bad. It was like apparently, and I guess I knew this, but I didn't think this was going to happen. It was like a late onset pain from a car accident, which apparently happens a lot, but it feels away. Like the first night I felt fine, because I guess they say adrenaline can make you forget you're in pain, which is weird because I didn't even know I was in pain in the first place. But yeah, I am. So yeah, then I went to, about 2 days later, I was in so much pain that I scheduled an appointment for the urgent care. And they were, for an urgent care, they're really not very urgent. They let you wait a long time, and it's not their fault. Really nobody's fault, but quite an experience to go into an urgent care and, just kind of people watch while, just laying down. I was laying down and I know that's weird. I'm the type of person that if I'm going to an urgent care, it's pretty friggin' urgent. It's an issue. Does my hair look strange? Reier, nobody cares. Nobody sees hair, Reier. It's not true. There's hairdressers and there's style. Okay, but you're not one of those. It's weird to say you're not one of those types of. I could be a hairdresser if I really wanted to. I could put a dress on somebody's hair, and I could get some shoes for it, and I could. Yes, but that's not what you've chosen. Okay, but I have time. I could still. I mean, it would be extremely difficult, but I could still be the president of maybe some sort of food corporation, but it would be hard. It would be tough. So I went to for me, I'm the type of person I will lay down at an urgent care because by the time I'm there, I'm in a lot of pain. But I did schedule an appointment, so I could tell they got me in earlier than all the other people there, which was, maybe I felt kind of bad. I mean, there was, at one point, there was a woman there that was on the phone, and she just started yelling, no, I don't want that. And I don't know what she was talking about. But there was something wrong. I can only assume there was something wrong. But yeah, I went to the urgent care, and I guess they did some X-rays, and the lady that was giving the X-rays was kind, but she hadn't given many because I suppose there's a lot of multitasking in urgent care. You've got to learn a lot of things, which I respect. You've got to be an X-ray technician and a nurse, and you've also got to kind of probably clean and a lot of other fun things. But I enjoy cleaning. I also enjoy the phrase "fun things." That's something I used to say to, I still do whenever I call him, but I used to say to my pug, I've got to drink more water so that I don't have the dry. I do, and you know me, and I know me. I hope I know myself. I don't call myself enough, but I do text myself quite a bit. Yeah, it takes me I've just been so tired recently, which makes sense. I just need to be intentional, I think, about getting up, and I don't know, but my back has just been pretty bad since that accident. I got the X-rays, and they gave me I think it's called an NSAID. It's like a type. It's not steroid, but it's like an anti-inflammatory shot, and they have to give it to you. I asked her, I was like, "Oh, where are you gonna give the shot?" And she said, "In your glute," and which is, she clearly didn't want to say. But a glute, what a misleading word that is. That is not your thigh. Okay, I knew that, but in the past I have not known that, and been like, glute. All right, it's just misleading. It almost sounds like glute, like a type of glue that is just like an aggressive type of glue, maybe glute, glue tugboat. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I don't know if you've been watching, but not much of this does. Or if you've been listening. Hey, is anybody listening on Spotify? Has that been a thing? I hope so. I mean, what's the word when you keep going? I know we've talked about that. The consistency. Hey, quality, maybe it gone. That's not true. I think for me, I'm so hard on myself, though. I'm so hard on myself. What a strange phrase. Not in a sexual sense, but it's just strange to just my physical consistency gets tougher when directed towards myself. Hard on myself. Nobody ever says hard off myself. Like when I'm not on top of myself, I get really hard. Like something left, like oobleck, or maybe, that it's cornstarch and it's water, I think, are the only two things. But when you put them together and you mix them, you can slap it, and when you go into it slowly, it's soft. I think it's crazy to say I think we've covered that before, because why? But yesterday was the Super Bowl. Hey, go Eagles or Chiefs, and I did not watch. So don't. I have no loyalty to either team, but I do have royalty. I made a lot of money. I'm joking. But by God, wouldn't that be nice to sports betting? God, I know some people have so much fun with it, but that would terrify me, I think. But I would do other types of betting, like at hotels when you put the beds together. I would do that. Not putting the bed, but making the beds. I would do that type of betting, I think. Or when you go to maybe like what's it called? Like a TJ. I don't think they have this at TJ Maxx, but like a Bed Bath and Beyond, which I always got mixed up with Bath and Body Works, and they're two very different stores. But Bed Bath and Beyond, they have those beds that are kind of made up, but they're really short. They're longer than that, but maybe I would say probably a 3.5 foot bed, And it's just to show you what the bed would look like. But I always thought it's odd that they're so small. Because it was like a child-sized bed, which I enjoyed seeing as a child. But, thinking, oh, they're from, maybe I'll never grow and maybe I'll just stay this size and they're preparing me. Did you ever have that fear as a kid of like, oh, what if I don't change? Because everybody's saying I will, but I haven't seen that. So maybe I'll just stay 3'8" or whatever, and maybe I'll just always love Cabbage Patch. I had a Cabbage Patch. It wasn't a phase because it was a long time, but that was probably the most feminine toy I ever liked, I think. Cabbage Patch Kids, because it really, I don't know, I just would use them. I would do like school with them, and they all had characteristics, and I don't know. I don't think dolls are necessarily as feminine as we call them, because it's just kind of a recreation of life, right? It's like the same as playing house, or you're just using these little things that look like people and you're having them interact. I don't think it's necessarily a feminine thing, but because I didn't really treat them like baby dolls. I treated them like people, which is maybe concerning in itself, but like I wasn't like giving them like bottles or something. They were like going to work and talking to each other and like going to get food, which would just be going to a towel over on the other side of the room, and I'd have like cups set up and they would just be pretending to like drink coffee. So I don't know if that's feminine as much as that's just very strange, I think. I put on a hat because I was rushing out of the house, which is interesting because I don't know what's up with, for whatever reason, leaving is so hard whenever you're supposed to. When you're not supposed to leave, oh, certainly. I'll get on the train that I have no ticket to. I'll jump onto the plane. It would be crazy. Some people like train hop. They hop onto a train. How come we never plane hop? I'm waiting. Right? How come you never helicopter hop? Makes more sense because there's, what's the word when you, the same letter of the word. So it sounds like it makes sense. Helicopter hop. Plane push. Plane pogo. I just jump onto a plane with a pogo stick. Is that wrong? I guess it'd have to be either a really good pogo stick or a really low plane. Well, neither of those are wrong. It was Super Bowl Sunday, and I didn't go because I was I was just tired. I would say I'm not super interested in the Super Bowl or football kind of generally. I want to like football more, but it's just hard to make yourself interested in something. I think I like being with my friends, so I would have gone for that reason. But I don't know. I just think there's so much, people drink so much at the, and you don't have to. But I think if you're not super interested in the game and you're not drinking, I would have just left pretty much right away, probably. Maybe not. I mean, I like being with my friends, so that's the reasoning. But then they're watching football, and so it's weird if I just go over to people that are already engaged and, hey, do you want to talk about something? And they go, it's fourth quarter, Reier, we can, I have 5 quarters, that's $1.25. Just really not making any sense and kind of ruining something very special to them, I think would be happening. But yeah, no, I went to the urgent care and got the NSAID, the anti-inflammatory, And that ended up helping. I think helping ping. Oh, I just got pinged. Remember when that was a thing? You would get pinged. I wasn't alive during that, but I think that was a thing. Maybe at the beginning of my time, because I do remember it, or in movies or shows or whatever. But oh God, where? Oh yeah, I think it helped a bit. And then I also they gave me some muscle relaxers that I didn't take. Because the anti-inflammatory helped, and I think I mostly just wanted to know that it wasn't anything super serious. So the x-rays helped, but the idea of a muscle relaxer does scare me. Because I really don't like downers in that sense of like, because my mind will keep going, but then my body will be so relaxed, and I get really scared. So I was down to take it if it got worse, but it didn't get worse. So I just kind of was okay with minor pain, versus taking a muscle, because I don't know how, what's the word? Strong it was going to be. You never know how strong you're going to be. Maybe it drank a lot of milk growing up, or maybe, it was mentally strong because it had a lot of self-discipline or something. It's hard to say. But, so I did that, and then I'm starting to feel better, which is good. I was worried about, tomorrow I fly out to Wisconsin, which will be good, but I was worried that if the pain wasn't going away, I was going to have to be on a plane, pain on the plane, for several hours, and that wouldn't be good. I do enjoy flying, though. I mean, I would love to do it without a plane. I'd love to just kind of generally fly. But it's a nice middle ground. Which is funny because you're not on the ground. I guess it's the middle of the ground in the sky. Well, you're in the sky, so it's maybe the middle of the ground in heaven. And you'd say, Reier, do you believe in... That's a personal question. And no, I don't. And you can ask me personal questions if they're not badly intended, right? I think I don't know. I think I've been getting more. What's the word when something not confrontational, but I'm standing up for myself verbally. Just kind of getting better at telling people when they're. But not because I'm not aggressive or mean, and being mean is something that scares me. I would never want to be mean, especially intentionally. I can't imagine anybody wants to be intentionally mean, but I'm sure they are out, and of course. But yeah, just getting to the point where I'm not as scared of people, which is good. I do feel a lot less anxious and scared now, and I think that is partially like the testosterone, but it's also kind of not just it's an effect of the testosterone, of me being more confident in myself, which is great. To believe in yourself is a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. Some things sound so great when you whisper them. They sound better to whisper than to say out loud. Say out loud. No, that's not one of them. But yes, I been kind of doing things, I think, that scare me a little bit more. Going just like, I guess, social endeavors is a good way to put it. Talking to people I maybe wouldn't have had the courage to speak to, which is good. There's value in that. I love saying that. There's value. There's value in everything, right? I don't know if that's... I guess it's true, though, but I also don't like saying that. I like when people specify, because it's also like when you say, oh, I love you, and then somebody says, I love you, and you go, why? And they go, just because. And I go, no, I need a reason. And that's a dangerous Well, it's not. For me, it's I guess that maybe does sound bad to say I need a reason, but I need to know that you don't just love me out of obligation, but that you love me because you know me, and because I always worried about that people loved me out of obligation, and I don't want that. It's also like clapping, when people clap because they think they have to. It's like I don't want that. I want you to genuinely connect to something, and that's why you clap, or that's why you love me, or you laugh, Otherwise, you don't have to. No need. No want. Right? Well, there is want, but it's good to not, you don't need what you want all the time, I suppose. And I do need to be better at being on time. We're going to work it out. I wonder if it's, I don't know why it's been pretty bad lately. Just feeling so tired, and I guess that's probably an effect of the back stuff, maybe, or I don't know. But I'm excited to go to Wisconsin. A little change of scenery. I'm headlining the Comedy Cabin. It's only one night, but it's gonna be fun. It's only one show. I just don't. I don't know. I'm nervous about people not coming, but that's always gonna happen, I think. I guess because the other shows that I've headlined have all been in Austin, and so I don't know. I guess the idea of getting people to come, from somewhere that I don't live anymore. And I never lived in Janesville. I lived in Wisconsin, though, so I do know a lot of people there. But I'm excited. I'm excited to go and give it a try. It's all you can do, Rhino. So yeah, I went to the urgent care, and that that helped a lot. I think sometimes a placebo is good, and not a placebo in the sense that I didn't need help, but a placebo, because I just needed the idea. I needed to know that nothing serious was wrong, and then even though I was still in pain, it was fine because I knew it was going to go away. But yeah, I've been trying to do a lot of adult things recently, and like just getting tax stuff together, and I do have to, and the whole license renewal, which has been, all of that stuff is so stressful because it's like I just feel like I wish somebody was walking me through it, and I do have people that they give me a lot of advice and help me with that stuff, and but it's stressful because I don't want to do anything wrong when it comes to like legal stuff, but I just genuinely am confused by a lot of it. But it'll get done, and it'll be fine, and then it'll be 5 more years before I have to renew again. And I think you're allowed to renew online the second time, which is good. That'll be a lot. I think some people say they renewed online the first time. So I don't know if maybe it's something with me, or, they saw my name come through and they went, no, we need to get that, we need to get that thing in here. There's no way they said thing, but they didn't say we need to get him in here because it's my legal name is Grace, so there's no way that was the initial thought of, oh, it says Grace and it says female, but this is a man. They're probably, because they don't know you, right? What? Why not? They're invited. Yeah, they don't know they're invited, though. Right. What, did they not get the invitation? No, they didn't get it. What? All right, I'll send another one. And, me just sending kind of mental invitations to people to get to know me. And that's probably considered. My foot fell asleep. Shh. It's going to wake up. Then we're all in for a world of hell. A world of hell. It's kind of a beautiful, maybe a good poem title. In the world of hell, there lived a girl named Tree. The tree is always going to come back, and I don't know why, but I have a fascination with the word tree, not necessarily what trees are. But yeah, no, it's been a fun week. Ups and downs, a lot going on, and a lot of stress, I think. But I don't know. I think I'm just things are changing, which is good, and I'm excited about it. But when things change, like especially like my body changing, and like emotional ups and downs, and obviously the hormonal changes. It's just sometimes I think that's a big part of why I'm tired too, and like. But there's also so many positives coming with it. I do genuinely, I'm starting to like the way I look really for the first time. And seeing, it's so hard to explain the, like dysphoric, the feeling of dysphoria over your own body. 'Cause I guess people sometimes think that you are your body, and maybe that's not true, but I think I see my mind as very different entity from my body. Like I don't necessarily look the way I feel. And I never have. So I don't connect necessarily. That almost sounds like the apparently kid. It sounds weird to call him that if you don't know what I'm talking. He's apparently a child, but no, he got interviewed by a news station, and he just kept saying apparently. It's like I was on the roller coaster apparently, but yeah, that was, and then he got on Ellen, and Ellen was fun. God, we all loved Ellen before we knew. Where were we going? Oh yeah, just seeing mind and body connection. I think that's getting a lot better, which is good, but well, we have a few more minutes. What should we cover? Should we cover our eyes? What's interesting is people don't, someone will lead you somewhere and you'll be covering your eyes, and people don't lead you somewhere and you're covering your ears, do they? I guess if they're talking, but why would they be leading you somewhere? And I suppose maybe they're verbally leading you somewhere. That's an interesting thought, but or they don't, cover your hands so your sense of feel is gone. I guess they would just tell you not to touch anything, probably, but yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do tonight. It's Monday night, and I don't know what I want. What I want to do. They canceled poker, and I probably wouldn't have gone anyways. I don't really have any money right now, but I get paid in a couple days, which will be good. Because I've been working a lot, which I like, because I knew I was going to be gone this next week too, and I, need to kind of make up for that. But yes, the goal going forward, we're going to be on time, Reier. Maybe I need to start tricking myself that things are earlier than they are. But I don't know how you would do that to yourself, though, because then I would just already know. I value people's time. I think it's me, just for whatever reason, it's so hard to get up. It's almost like when I'm laying in bed, I'm just like, well, not even, I'll have gotten up, but then I'll be so tired that I'm just moving slowly. Like, maybe I'm going to brush my teeth or something, and I'm just kind of walking around the bed 8 or 9 times. That's not true. But the essence, mentally doing that, just kind of walking around. All right, now it's time. Like I almost like forget that I'm awake even sometimes. It's kind of like a sleepwalking, but it's like an awake sleeping. In a sense, I don't know if that's true, but yeah, I've been having a good time. Otherwise, but thank you so much for coming to the Hole in the Pancake. This is episode 22. I hope we had a good time, and I'm Reier Cameraman. I'll see you next time. Bye.